What's going on, everybody? SayNSE back here with another replay cast, joined now by Jun once again, bringing you some super high level S tier gameplay from the ladder. We've got Soma down here in the bottom right hand corner, down in the bottom left. We don't actually know who this is. He is a Barcode Protoss, having a little bit of lag here. Hopefully that does clear up, but yeah, we're not entirely sure who he is, but he's a very, very strong player. Maybe 24 to 2500. About the same as where Soma is at, so this should be a great game. We're on Nemesis as well. What do you feel about Nemesis in PvZ?
It's a bit tricky to say. This map's a bit deceptive. It looks like there's a lot of bases to take, but there actually isn't. Each quadrant of the map only having 3 bases available, so sometimes it can be hard to get a lot of expansions going. We do see an overpull from Soma against the gateway expansion from this Barcode Protoss. I don't think we're going to see a lot of bases this game. I think we're probably going to see like a sort of 3 base from the Zerg against 2 base from the Protoss for a while.
In this map, personally for me, I hate these positions right here. We talked about this before, but if you are rallying your Hydras, for example, you're trying to do a Hydra bust here at the Protoss Natural, and you're rallying your Hydras, all the Hydras from your main base are going to walk over to this high ground here and just get stuck. They're never going to make it over to your opponent's base. Also, there's a mineral patch just up above the Protoss's base. North here of the Protoss' base, and that mineral patch can catch your rallies as well, and they'll get stuck behind that mineral patch. So there's some design decisions that the map maker made that I definitely don't agree with. But aside from that, it is a very cool map, brings us a lot of interesting games, and some lings out here on the map are going to be putting on that pressure for Soma.
Yeah, making these 6 lings early is extremely aggressive. It would definitely punish any greedy openings from this Barcode Protoss. Having to make a wall with the Forge and a probe to join the Zealot to block this. Second Zealot will be popping momentarily, but Soma might put a little bit of pressure on this gateway and try and force the Zealots to come out.
Looks like he is going to force 2 probes off the line as well. Those probes do add in quite a bit of extra DPS. Jumping right on top of this one Zealot. He does pull it back in time, but got a lot of damage onto that. Will be able to force some more pressure here.
Yeah, a few more lings on the way as well, so we'll keep up the pressure. I don't think he's going to get through here. I don't think there's quite enough Zerglings, but definitely keeping these probes out from mining, slowing down the Protoss economy a little bit, putting on some pressure, forcing him to multitask. Definitely good pressure here from Soma. Trying to force his outs out so he can squeeze in, but it looks like the Protoss doing a good job so far of trying to plug up these gaps again, but it's taking a lot of hull damage on these Zealots, 2 of them getting dangerously low on HP. Yeah,
and Zergling speed is on the way. Soma has pulled off of gas. This gateway is about half HP now. Another Zealot does pop out. Oh, that one survives with just 5 HP. Very clutch Zealot there.
Hold, yeah. Probe scout of the Barcode Protoss are going to be checking what's going on here. No third hatchery just yet. Investing quite a lot into these lings and tech of the ling speed early on.
Opening here for Soma puts him in a bit of a disadvantage, I feel. He's only got 3 drones in the natural, and not a whole lot has had to be invested in the way of defense. We didn't have to build a shield battery. Just continuously producing Zealots, get that earlier Forge and the cannon before Nexus. It slows the build down a tiny bit, but not by much.
Yeah, I would say this slightly favors the Protoss, the way the game has gone. Soma just now taking his 3rd base finally and hasn't yet resumed mining gas, so going to be squeezing out as many drones as possible to try and catch up here after that early pressure.
Yeah, you can see he was about 10 drones behind for a little while there, but slowly starting to catch back up, back to mining on that gas. But we've got a Cybernetics core just about to finish. I think he'll have to produce Hydras to hold the Corsair aggression here.
Yeah, he's going to have to throw down a Den soon because his lair would be way too late. Zealots are actually moving out now, 7 Zealots, and the Lings are actually going to go for a counter-attack. Only 1 cannon here and a probe to defend. He could just run in, but instead he's going to choose to knock down this gateway and cripple the production of the Protoss for now. limiting the amount of zealots that can be produced. Now going to be trying to desperately hang on by making a creep colony and using his lings to slow down these zealots to morph that creep into a sunken to help defend against the zealot pressure.
So, how many zealots do we have? 7. That's all that this pressure is going to have. 2 sunken colonies, or 1 sunken colony and an Evo chamber here. Or actually a Hydralisk den, excuse me. Great blocking. And
really nice to see.
This SimCity kind of saving the life of Soma here. If those 7 zealots were able to get on top of the sunken colony, I think they would have easily won this fight. But oh god, 3 zealots not being paid attention to. Lapse in attention there for our Barcode Protoss. He loses 2 zealots nearly for free. Little surround there from the Lings. Means that Soma can start the pressure again. He can come back across the map with the Lings. Ooh, another great pickoff. I don't think he wins this fight.
He doesn't necessarily need to win, he just wants to focus down these low HP zealots. He knows that the production of the Protoss has been hampered a little bit, so if he can knock down the zealots even more, it's going to really limit his options in the future. That's a great pickoff from Soma, killing another 1 Ling. That Zergling was 1 hit from dying. Great micro from Soma, picking that up.
Just abusing the micro ability of these Lings. Running around and around and around these zealots until he finally gets the kill. Very nicely done. We've got Hydras on the way here. That first Corsair just getting the scout now of the main base. And I think he's going to be okay with what he sees. He doesn't see an enormous amount of drones here. The third base I don't think has been scouted just yet. He's going to go and see that now. But he's going to take his own third base here. Should be getting ready to start killing some of these gas gases as well. As a Protoss, generally you want to kill these off, just make this an island. Because you are going to have kind of that air domination, especially with this layer being so late. I don't know if we're going to see a Spire this game. And if it does come out, it's probably going to be a bit surprising for the Protoss.
Yeah, well, he hasn't continued his Corsair production or taken +1 air attack, so if Soma did decide to do a kind of muta switch, it might really throw him off and he may not be able to deal with it. We've got 2 Dark Templars on the way.
Dark Templars can break through eggs so quickly. So that is a fear here for Soma. He's going to throw down a sunken colony over at his third base. Just shore up those defenses. He's done a great job of powering on drones right now. Only producing 5 Hydras? No, 6 Hydras in total, and just relying on the SimCity so heavily to keep himself safe. Plus having that third base in a very unattackable position makes it a lot easier as well. You know, you can't really get over here right now as the Protoss. And you're not really looking to. Getting the third base up is going to be fine here. He's going to use the cannon to knock down these assimilators. Close that off into an island, and we're gonna go into a later game here with 3 base Protoss versus 3 base Zerg. I think
there's no Overlord here, yeah? There's no Overlord at the third, yeah? There's one on the way, actually. Okay,
he does have one coming up here. GTs are not breaking through their eggs. Not gonna reveal these. Maybe he wants to go around the top side and break through that area instead, because that would be more... Oh, he's actually gonna kill the assimilator. That's a bit weird. Just killing 1 assimilator's, I mean, it doesn't help the Protoss at all. It actually helps the Zerg.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the logic is behind that.
Even taking damage in order to get this. So really, you know, using some serious resources to get rid of that.
Now
Soma's feels like it's worth it. I don't know.
Yeah, well, now Soma's Hydra's trying to put a little bit of pressure out on the map. He has got enough units to gain some map control now. There's a very small Protoss army since he went for this really early third base and hasn't yet added on a lot of gateways, only just now starting to pump out of 6 gateways worth of production. So Zerg going to have a lot of easy time holding the middle of the map for a while, and there is no high ground on Nemesis. A lot of these paths look like they might be high ground, but it's all low ground, so there's no high ground advantage in the middle of the map.
Yeah, that's right. It is a bit visually confusing there in the middle, but all at the same level ground, no mischance. There is this high ground DT. Oh, he gets one of them. He should be able to pick off this other one as well. That's a big win here for Soma. Just to catch these units. remove them from the map. Now he can more easily take the upper right if he so chooses. Just slide a drone up towards that area. Snag that base without too much trouble. These Hydras have kind of been forgotten here. How many is this? Okay, there we go. He's bringing them back into the fray. A three base versus three base Protoss versus Zerg is not the best. Whoa, big tech switch here. A lot of mutas coming out right now. One across the map. They're going to start to gun down some of these zealots, but we do have 2 Corsairs. No, not enough. Definitely not enough to fight with this muta number. So they are going to have to retreat.
Yeah, it is 8 mutas. Not quite enough to snipe a High Templar, but good enough to put on a lot of pressure. Like 5 mutas are enough to beat 2 Corsairs, so he can just keep skirmishing down this Corsair count. He's looks like the Barcode Protoss instead going to try and get a swell of Dragoons to help supplement his army against these mutas, but he is currently losing all of his Corsairs to Soma's mutas. Great muta micro, and now with more mutas coming up to 11 mutas, he can now start sniping Dragoons and High Templars quite effectively, and maybe even cannons if there's not enough defending in the main.
Ooh, there's really not enough here at the third, and I think Soma's recognized that. It's going to come over here, kill some probes, killed 1 cannon already. Could easily take a fight with 1 or 2 more of these cannons. So another cannon on high ground over here. He's going to take that out quickly as well. Still with 11 mutas, only 1 of them bruised. There we go. The first one's going to fall. Do we have the eggs taken out here? I don't know if reinforcements can make their way over to this area, but he does, with the move out, force the mutas to pull back. You should be able to add some more cannons to this location. Oh, 1 Templar gets picked off, 2 Templar get picked off. Some pretty good storms, but he storms his own Templar there, losing about 5 Templar in total, and the mutas for the most part get away. We've still got 7 here, and the Hydras are now pushing forward.
Yeah, there's quite a few Hydras here, and there's no Templar support, so he's going to be able to whittle down these Dragoon count really in a painful way for the Barcode Protoss. I don't understand if he's going to be able to hold off here. I think he's just going to bleed off all of these Dragoons. I don't think there's any way he can get these Dragoons out unscathed. There's 1 Templar out of the natural that has almost enough energy for storms. There'll be 2 storms available shortly, but he lost a lot of Dragoons there for that misposition.
Yeah, that was a powerful move out, but shut down completely by the Mutalists of Soma. His control is second to none when it comes to these units.
A lot more mutas on the way as well, Sam.
Oh man, he's building more and more mutas. 7 more mutas coming up here, realizing this may be a soft spot for the Barcode Protoss here. Not able to control his units efficiently to take trades with the Mutalists, protect his Templar, and just going to continue with that play, killing off more and more probes here at the third as well. Really negating that, the benefit of having that third right now. You should be at an advantage with 3 base to 3 base, but because Soma's lost no probes at all, and he's been whittling down the probes here at the third over and over again, he's definitely at an advantage, especially with this 4th coming up.
Yeah, and the eggs haven't been killed, Saiyan, so he's only defending the space with cannons. So if he can build more and more Hydras and come in again and start sniping the cannons, there's no way he can defend that 3rd base. It's possible he could have built a gateway there and maybe like pumped out 2 High Templar to make an Archon or something, but hasn't been able to do so. Currently he has Shuttle drop in the main base, Zealots doing a lot of crippling damage, but great drills from Soma, not losing any drones so far, I don't think.
Not losing any drones, loses a couple of Hydras, but that's fine. Unfortunately, not a Templar drop here, so the drone kills not going to be quite where he wants them to be, and the mutas come back to clean everything up very, very efficiently. Looking really nice for Soma, who's now at 55 drones to 54 probes. This is getting to dangerous territory here for Barcode Protoss.
Yeah, it's looking really scary. The absolute machine of Soma is starting to come online now. We see an absolute flood of Hydras starting to take up the center of the map, pretty much even on supplies as well, which is indicative of it being a very Zerg-favored game, which is quite surprising considering, like you said, the early 3rd base, Saiyan. You would have expected the Protoss to be in a much better position than this, but absolutely fantastic muta play from Soma, completely dismantling that choice of the Protoss to try and focus so much in economy early.
Yeah, you saw before a photon cannon on the high ground here above the 3rd base. He was trying to mitigate that harassment, but Soma just picks that off, and he's continued to harass over and over and over again. They're gonna come over here again, pick off one more cannon, start to kill even more probes, and this is the moment that Barcode Protoss moves across the map. He realizes he cannot be hemorrhaging any more probes at this point. He's gonna take 6 o'clock and try to hold that position while attacking into this massive lurker army. Oh my god, you've got to turn around those zealots. Do not take all of that splash damage. Maybe he can go up to the top right instead. I don't see any lurkers over at this position. Mostly just hydras here. Can he actually break through? Is there a Nidus network? We don't have a Nidus because we don't have a hive yet. Just focusing completely on Lair Tech army. Is it going to be enough here to attack for the Zerg? 2-1 for, or 1-1, excuse me, for the Protoss. So actually even on upgrades right now, lurkers are popping, but there's only 3. Can he break through this area? He needs to get a storm on some of these some of these hydras here. Ooh, quite a few of them go down. Muta's coming from the back. Oh, we do have that Maelstrom though. Big counterattack across the map here. A lot of overlords coming. I don't think those are drops. Just for the vision here. He's breaking through the natural as the Protoss breaks through the top right. Big storms on the high ground there, and it looks like Protoss gonna clear out top right.
Yeah, it looks like Soma's content with sacking that top right base and is going for the big counterattack himself, already getting into the natural expansion, forcing the probes off the line, taking out the buildings in the wall, streaming in with his hydras and trying to put on as much damage as possible and get on the production of the Protoss. If he can start taking out gateways soon, it's going to be really crippling for the Protoss to deal with. There's only zealots coming out of the gateways right now, and there are still a lot of mutas to deal with those, so you will be able to kill off a lot of the zealots and templars that come out with the mutas while he's trying to reinforce from the other side. But there are quite a few lurkers still trying to fend off this army, so a lot of damage being done to the Barcode right now.
Yeah, these mutalisks are so incredibly valuable in a situation like this. You do not want to get hit by this Maelstrom plus a storm. Just clean all those up. Oh god. Hydras are coming up here on the high ground. There's 3 cannons in that third base. That's not enough to hold off the Hydras, but maybe he can crush this army before they manage to get through. A great Maelstrom there with the storm to just clean up a huge chunk of Hydras very, very efficiently, and he's managed to hold on to this 4th. His third base is still alive. His natural's been killed, but he hasn't really lost that much production. Only 1 gateway was in the natural. He did lose the robotics facility, but he's still got 4 observers here in the natural, so he should be okay for vision for now. This counterattack is going to be scary. Oh, Hydra's making their way into the 3rd, or 4th. This was a drop, I guess. Drops down here, going to shut down this base. This is a really good play, but can he hold the counterattack?
Yeah, it's quite a big counterattack. He has desperately made 4 Sunkens behind the SimCity to help buffer against this, and lurkers are on the way. There's quite a few Hydras in position to start gunning down the units that come through here. The choke is tight enough to prevent Lagoons from getting optimal surface area, but there is still plenty of storms behind this to lay siege to the expansion of Soma. So Soma in a little bit of trouble here. Going to struggle to fight cost efficiently. Has got a pretty good SimCity set up, so he might bleed off a lot of these Protoss units. I actually feel like the Protoss maybe could have attacked at the 3 o'clock here. Meanwhile, Soma killed off the 6 o'clock and has mutas harassing the probes at the 9 o'clock. So doing a great job of whittling down the Protoss' economy behind this while trying to defend.
Yeah, there's not much mining left for Protoss right now. Just these patches on the top of the 3rd base and long distance mining in the natural, but his army is still very strong. This is a lot of Dragoons. There's still 2 Templars here in the mix. About 3 storms each. Zealots are coming up. There's only 1 lurker left. Can he actually break through here? He's going for it. Meanwhile, another drop here at the center left. Oh god, he's going to lose that base.
Yeah, Soma dropped to the 9 o'clock and is going to be knocking down that base. So if he can just hold on, he's probably won the game. But his natural's being absolutely besieged right now. He's losing all these drones that are trying to escape and evacuate. So it's actually kind of a hard game to call right now. There's only a few minerals left in the natural expansion of the Protoss. Supplies are still slightly in favor of the Protoss. He has still got a fairly large standing army now moving its way into the main base. Going to be killing these drones as well. Soma moving into the natural of the Protoss with a stream of lurkers and a couple of Hydras. Going to try and knock down this cannon and the remaining probes of the Protoss to completely obliterate the remainder of his economy.
Yeah, he's shutting him down so thoroughly right now. We're at 10 probes. That 1 lurker drop here in the natural managed to get a huge amount of kills. I think it was like 6 or 9 kills now. But everything in the main base got crushed here for Soma. He's got nothing left at that location. His third base is almost completely mined out. His only mining location is up here in the top right-hand corner. I just feel like the value that Protoss is going to get out of its army maybe can carry him to a win here. Oh, but the lurkers and the natural getting some extra kills.
There's a lot of storms though, Saiyan.
Yeah, he does have a lot of storms. He's still producing Templar, but look at how slow his money is going up right now. 50 minerals is all he has. He's like returning 1 probe at a time or something like that. Okay, we do have some probes here at the natural. 3 mutas are going to come in and try to kill these probes here.
The storm dodge as well.
Dodge the storm. He's going to go after the last couple of probes. Archon just barely defending. Some Dragoons managed to make their way up to the top right-hand corner. This hatchery is so low, and it will end up going down. There's 700 minerals in the bank, but all he can produce is lings because we have no gas to speak of right now. A few more probes get transferred over here to the natural. This is craziness. 2 drones to 10 probes is where we're at the moment.
Probes for these 3 mutas. Oh. He's still killing probes. This is insane. Protoss is in pure desperation trying to deal with these 3 mutas. The Archon, if microed correctly, will not be able to catch these mutas. So,
oh my god, a second Archon gonna be made here. These probes are going down. We're at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 probe.
So insane, dude.
Oh
what?
my god. He's got 1 probe. It's the probe mining gas in the main base. He's got enough minerals to make 1 more probe.
He's dropping some hydras in the main, so we're getting ready to squash this army that's going to come down this ramp shortly. He has got a concave he could set up here and try and pick off these goons 1 at a time. He's trying to bait the Protoss army in and pick off the Dragoons. Could be really good here.
Every single Dragoon here is so important. We've got 4 Templar with 2 storms each. That's easily enough to clear this. Great dodge there. Another good dodge. Oh, good storm though. And there's enough Dragoons. He's coming in from behind. So many Hydras coming down here. Another good storm. He's got to get down this ramp. Still got 2 more storms. Oh, that was a huge one. More Zealots coming up from behind.
Oh no, Saiyan. This game is crazy. What's going on?
We've got 8 drones to 1 probe, and the mutas are here killing everything in the natural as well. I think that Protoss is just gonna have to do it with what he has left over. More mutas are being made. I guess that's definitely the play, right? Build more mutas, because
with perfect micro you can outrange the Archons, but it's pretty difficult to do. There is still a few Dragoons. Mutas beat Dragoons in high enough numbers. There are still some Templars out, but the Protoss players not shown us the greatest of storms when dealing with mutas. So Soma able to get out 7 mutas so far. That's quite a sizable amount, and probably will be able to skirmish down the Protoss gradually. He's really running out of minerals though. He's only got like 200 minerals left to make 2 more mutas in this 3rd base location. So what you see is more or less what you get. Maybe 2 more mutas could have been produced shortly, but this is like actually crazy game, Sam.
This could come down to buildings, guys. We've only got 4, 5 buildings left for the Zerg. If he breaks through here, he can break through these eggs and get over here into this base. He could force the engagement here. This is scary for right now. Oh my god.
Zerg doesn't have a drone on the map. He needs to have a drone on the map so he can make a gas somewhere in case this base gets killed.
Looks like he's gonna get some kills for free over here. These Zealots being left alone. Archons are gonna come back up now. Does not want to get hit by those Archons there. Oh, gonna lose a nice storm. Oh, the second storm completely whiffs, but he does get 1 hit with the Archon. 2 storms will break through these eggs instantaneously, so if he manages to get up there, he could definitely break through that. Of course, Archons do a lot of damage to the eggs as well. He gets through. He's on the high ground. It all comes down to this. What do we have? 8 mutas and 2 2 Hydralisks
Ooh.
versus
I think
3
Soma's gonna
Archons,
lose.
4 Dragons. I think Soma's not going to be able to make it.
Oh,
Oh,
Storm's
GG.
Oh, what a crazy game.
Wow, what a wild game. Soma just barely not able to make it.
Wow.
Damn. Damn. The muteless control of this game was unreal.
He almost won the game with mutas alone. It was crazy.
He did so much with so little there. I think a big moment was not pulling away the drones from the top right-hand corner. He lost all those drones up there. He also spent a lot of time to kill this Nexus when his opponent had 1 probe. I mean, he wasn't going to mind.
Right.
Maybe coming back and trying to pick off Templar as they were crossing the map or something might have been better, but I don't know. That was a great game. And an epic result there. Here's your overview. Units, structures, and resources. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next cast.